Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to where it's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakodash, and double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone who are well and who taught us the truth. Today's lesson is going to go into really the downfall of Esau. I have to go somewhere real quick, so I'll get a few scriptures and then make it in transit and then quote scriptures, Lord willing. But going to go into again the downfall of Esau Edom, and I just got that online etymology meaning for downfall, and it says early 14th century, ruin, fall from high condition, complete overthrow, from down as a falling downward to go to ruin. And this is exactly what is about to happen to Esau Edom, man. Their rulership, their hegemony is not going to last forever. They're not going to be in rulership forever, man. That's what it says in 2nd Ezra 6. I'm right here. 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 9. We'll start at verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the hill of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau is going to come, to a downfall. They're going to fall, man, and they're not going to rise again. They're going to stay low. They're going to, once they get brought down from this high, lofty position, they'll never rise again, man. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Jacob being, the Israelites, starting with Yahushai, and Esau being who the world sees as so-called white people, the white man. But not all white people are, go back to the descendants of Esau. Your lineage is determined by your lineage is determined by your father. So if you look white and your lineage, your descendants go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, then you're not, an Edomite, but you're an Israelite, and vice versa. And because this isn't a skin color thing. Got to put that out there. So just like I said, Esau is the end of the world, man. So they're coming to a downfall, and the Lord said that they won't be in this high, lofty position forever. What is that? Job 14 and 5. This is Job 14 and verse 5. And it reads, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So it says, when you get that word, let's see, that's determined, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Which one was it that I wanted to get? Was it bounds? I think it was, bounds, H2706, Chakwa. And it says statute, ordinance, limit, something prescribed. When something is prescribed to you, what you get a set amount. He just ran that red light. Ain't no cop gonna get him though. Let me do it though. But like I was saying, if you're prescribed like some medication or anything, for example, I just had to get my my animal, my dog, some medication, and it was prescribed to her that she gets one pill, and then I'm like, oh well, can I get 2 pills? No, that's not in the prescription. The prescription says only 1 pill or 3 pills, whatever it may be. And if you're prescribed, oxycodone for whatever reason, for you get 10 pills for injury or whatever you use it for. I don't even know if they use it for injuries and stuff like that. But whatever medication you may be put on for injuries, pain, etc., pregnancy pain, whatever it may be, and they give you 10 doses or 10 pills for that over the course of 10 days. Take one a day, and then you took 2 on the 3rd day. Now you ain't got none that last day, and you try to go to the doctor. Well, I need 1 more pill. Well, what happened to it? Well, I accidentally took 2 because the pain was too much. Well, there's no refills, and it's the same with Esau Edom and his rulership, man. He has been prescribed a set amount that he cannot go past. Okay? There's nothing that he can do about it, man. So again, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds, his prescription, that he cannot pass. So he's been prescribed a set due date, and he can't go past it, man. That he cannot pass. And in the NLT, it says, you have decided the length of our lives. You know how many months we will live, which, of course, the NLT goes off sometimes. But it said at the end, it says, we're not given a minute longer. So, like I said, Esau's not going to be given a minute longer, man. They're not going to be given a millisecond longer, a second longer, another 250 years. No. However long the Lord has set for them to be in rulership, that's how long. And then after that, it will be their downfall. And we're seeing their downfall before our very eyes, man. You also have, when you look it up, the average age of an empire, of a nation, of a ruling nation is 250 years. And this year, 2025, July 4th, will be the 249th year. And next year will be the 250th year. So their downfall is coming, man, very soon, and we see it. And how do we see it? We see it by the signs that the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua has revealed unto us. Wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes, pestilences in diverse places. Nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and so on and so forth, as it says in Matthew 24, as well as, uproars of the people. And we're seeing the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua, blood moons, solar eclipses, lunar eclipses. The Lord is showing us these signs before our very eyes. You had solar eclipses in the span of 7 years, 2017 to 2020, one in 2017, one in 2024, that made an X across America as it, passed over. So this is a downfall, the ruin, the falling downward of Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Get one more scripture, and I'll hit the road. Was it Isaiah 14? Isaiah 14, and we'll get in the NLT. Isaiah 14 and verse, where's it at? Here it is, verse 11 or 12. Isaiah 14 and verse 12 in the NLT. How are you falling from heaven, O shining star, son of the morning? And Lucifer, this isn't, a figure, a demonic angel that has rulership. This is talking about Esau Edom, man. Because really, when you go to Lucifer, it just means light bearer. Like it says, 1966, Hayalol. And it says, Hayalol. And it says, light bearer. Just one who has, is in that rulership position. Because when we're in that rulership position, we're going to be, that light bearer. The rulers, man. Let's see. So going back, Isaiah 14 and 12, and then NLT. How are you falling from heaven? And what how are you falling from what? That lofty position. That's what heaven says. It's not literally talking about Satan falling from heaven, man. Look. It says from an unused root, meaning to be lofty. Now let's get that word lofty now. Lofty. Tall, noble, towering, giant, towering, skyscraper. Skyscraping, magnificent, but majestic, noble, exalted. And this is how are you falling from this lofty position, from this high position? Look, haughty, proud, distinguished, high-minded. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that was the point right there. And that was H8064. It says Shamayom, Shamayom, or Shamyum, and it says or Shamayom, and it going back now. Isaiah 14 and verse 12 in the NLT. How are you falling from heaven? That lofty position, that high position, O shining star, son of the morning, Esau Edom at the moment. they're in that. They're the ones in this rulership, man. This is who it's speaking about. Esau, Edom. Verse 13, or continuing on. You have been thrown down to the earth, you who destroyed the nations of the world. And this is exactly what they do, man. Verse 13. For you said to yourself, I will ascend to heaven and set my throne above God's stars, the most high stars. I will preside on the mountain of the gods far away in the north. I will climb to the highest heavens and be like the Most High. Instead, you will be brought down to the place of the dead, down to its lowest depths. So Esau's about to be brought down very low, man. And they will not rise again. It says, verse 16, everyone there will stare at you and ask, can this be the one who shook the earth and made the kingdoms of the world to tremble? Yeah, so once his downfall comes, and be like, damn, this was him? This was he? Verse 17, is this the one who destroyed the world and made it into a wasteland? Is this the king who demolished the world's greatest cities and had no mercy on his prisoners? Come on, man. So this is Esau. So I'm going to get going now. Make it in transit. Again, Lord willing, it's edifying. So like I said, man. Is this him? Because when Esau gets brought out of that high position, you ain't going to... If you see him now, and then see him in the kingdom, in that slavery, in that bondage, he's going to be unrecognizable. This was him? This hairy man, this was him? Because Esau's, true estate is to be a wild man. I don't need this no more. I don't even know why I put that on. But, like I said, man, they have like I said, they have a godlike complex. They want to be like God. They want to serve, or not serve, slack it. They want to be above God. They want to be like God. They want everybody to worship and serve them. But the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua has other plans, because they're going to try to establish and implement this NWO. They're going to try, but it's not going to work. It says in Job as well, it says, when they are about to fill their belly, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua will rain upon them, destruction. So there's no way around it, man. There's no way around it. This is the downfall of Esau Edom. Again, from the signs that we are seeing before our very eyes, man. This is the downfall. The ruin of Esau. Esau will be brought down low. Esau will be taken out of this rulership, this hegemony that they have right now, and placed into captivity, as it says in Obadiah 1. And that's what it also says in Obadiah 1. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, who saith in his heart, who seeth me? So this is what they say in their heart, man. This is what they extol to the earth, throughout the earth. Nobody can touch me. Who's going to stop me? Can't nobody stop me. This is what they scream and say to themselves. Our houses shall dwell forever. Your house ain't going to dwell forever, man. And as it says in Isaiah, when you go down into Isaiah 14 and 21, it says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their fathers. This is what's about to happen, man. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. And then one of the other versions says, kill this man's people. It says that they do not rise, nor possess the world, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Roughly paraphrasing. So once they go through this downfall, once the downfall of Esau happens, they're never going to rise again. They're never going to be in rulership again, man. And this is what we can't wait for, which we can't wait, but, in a sense, metaphorically, we can't wait. We want this to happen now. We want it to happen soon. But of course, again, and there's prophecies that have to be fulfilled before the end does come, man. So we're going to wait. We will wait, and we will wait patiently, because this is the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua's movie. And however he wants it to go. So I can making sure my screen recording is working. But yeah, man, the downfall of Esau is coming, man, and there's nothing that Esau can do to stop it, because this is the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai. This is what he has determined. He hasn't determined for Esau to reign for another 250 years. Hell no. The Lord is not determined for Esau to reign for another 30 years, for another 1,000 years. So what, we got to go through a whole nother statue again? No. Yahweh has to come down again and die for the sins of the people again? No. He did that once. He's not doing it again, man. This is the downfall of Esau Edom, and we're seeing it before our very eyes. Look at what's happening within society now. You have Russia, Ukraine going at it. Israel, Iran, China, Taiwan, Palestine, India. These other nations are starting to hate the whore. And the ultimate downfall is going to be when these nations, all these nations, even the ones Babylon is in confederacy in league with, they're going to turn and destroy America with 200 million nuclear warheads, man. That's what we believe, and this is what the scriptures say, man. No way around it. This will be that lake of fire. America will be that lake of fire. America is that lake of fire. This is the downfall of Esau Edom. And it's as that album goes, "What a time to be alive." Just hold on, we're going home. This is a beautiful time to be alive, man. So continue to fight, continue to push forward, and continue to do what is required of you. Speaking to myself first and foremost, because we're at the end, man, and now is not the time to get weary, to get slothful, to get lazy. Now's the time to go harder. Work on yourself, work on your mind, habitats, your habits, your perspective as well. If you don't have a good perspective, you won't have good growth. Your perspective determines your growth. That's why Esau lost his birthright, man. And that's why he will go through this downfall. Because what was Esau's perspective when he was hungry and he had his birthright? He said, "Man, if I don't eat some, I'm gonna die." So what was his perspective? I need to eat something no matter what. And so then he said, "Give me that red pottage." He said, "Well, give me thy birthright." And his perspective was what? Well, this birthright doesn't mean nothing to me. So this is in Genesis 25:26, I believe. So yeah, man. He said, "Give me that red pottage. I don't care what it takes," because he had a horrible perspective on life. He had a horrible perspective on what he needed and what was required for growth. So you got to have a good perspective, a good outlook on life. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the spirit, to the body, and to the fold. And before I end it off, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to where it's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak, Dash. And double honors as always to the apostles,